Now time to take a look at news about the judicial appointments. That's Sakit Gokhale on your screens, but going across to another developing news at a time when a tussle is underway between the central government and the judiciary over the process of judicial appointments. The Ministry of Law and Justice has told the Parliament that at present there is no such proposal to reintroduce National Judicial Appointments Commission. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court on Thursday told the centre that sending back Collegium recommendations for reconsideration for the second or third time is a breach of Apex Court's earlier judgments. A three-judges bench headed by Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul also expressed displeasure over public statements of high constitutional functionaries and asked Attorney General to advise them to not make such statements.
Parliament, in a much-needed historic step, passed the 99th Constitutional Amendment Bill, paving way for the National Judicial Commission. There was unprecedented support. The Lok Sabha unanimously voted in its favor, with there being no abstention. This House, too, passed it unanimously with one abstention. Rarely in parliamentary democracy there has been such massive support to a constitutional legislation. This was culmination of a basic, fundamental parliamentary process. This historic parliamentary mandate was undone by the Supreme Court by a majority of 4:1, finding the same as not being in consonance with the judicially evolved doctrine of basic structure of the Constitution. There is no parallel to such development in democratic history, where a duly legitimized constitutional prescription has been judicially undone.
The Supreme Court was continuously saying that the constitutional functionaries are making such statements and asked the AG to advise for such statement not to be made. How do you react to that first of all?
So, when you say that the Supreme Court does not have the power or the authority to, strike down a constitutional amendment, is, according to me, militating against the very basic feature of the Constitution, because judicial review has been held to be by the Supreme Court to be an integral part of the Constitution. You may not agree with the law, you may disagree that it is not, according to your choice, but the only option to you is either to change the basis of the judgment and bring in a new law, or to abide by the law. So otherwise, if the government starts disobeying the law, then the impression that they will give to the people of this country is that there is complete anarchy. Anybody can, assume what the law according to him or her is to be the law and then behave accordingly, which is not acceptable.
We saw statements coming in from the Vice President, Law Minister, and then the Supreme Court also criticizing those statements. First of all, what are your reactions on that?
See, I would not react to any statements. Each there are various pillars of the state. The judiciary is one pillar. Until it is set aside, the NJAC judgment is the final word. And we have to respect, honor, graciously accept the final word, and there will always be a scope for a new law to be laid down.
Do you think that there are some discrepancies in the Collegium system, and if at all any, what could be a pertinent solution to it, or what can be set right?
See, for the moment and at present, the Collegium system has been well established after the judges' cases. The Collegium system has been working. They've tried to bring transparency. Judges should be so exceptional that the world looks at us.